Gunslinger, you're the new AAW heavyweight champion. How does it feel, man?
Oh, I'll tell you how it fucking feels, man. 10 years of hard work all paid off tonight. 10 years to the fucking day. November 11th, 2011, the Gunslinger, Matt Fitchett, made his debut in AAW. 10 years later to the fucking day, motherfuckers. I'm in the main event, and I fucking won. Death! But not for you, Gunslinger. Never for you.
And we welcome you to another action-packed, newsworthy edition of AAW Live here on YouTube. My name is Joe Dombrowski, joined by my colleague, Greg Jovi, sitting in this week. And Greg, we are just removed from the biggest event of the calendar year in AAW, the Windy City Classic. We're already counting down to AAW Unstoppable, coming your way on December 30th. It's our next major pay-per-view. We hope to set that stage in so many ways during the course of this broadcast, but kicking it off with tag team action, it's La Sociedad Boricua taking on two young guns, Sean Logan and his tag team partner, Shane Boucher.
Well, they say there's no rest for the wicked. There's also no rest for these AAW combatants. They're here tonight. They want to make sure that they can make an impact and get them a spot on that event, that pay-per-view on December 30th. And that's what everybody is vying for here tonight on Alive, especially here in this hot tag team contest. It's going to kick us off, Joe.
Well, you know, we've seen Sean Logan make the most of some of his opportunities in recent times because he answered the call when Fred Yehi issued an open challenge to anybody for the AAW Championship. As we roll up here by Logan, only gets two. Rico de la Vega off his feet. Of course, La Sociedad Boricua have been mainstays of AAW for a couple of months now, earning their way in. They won the designated amount of matches. But what a crass, heartless, chauvinistic way to get attention. The way they picked on Sky Blue and Christy James, but man, they paid for it. As we see Boucher with a nice double team with Logan. That fan spring the weapons match, Jim Lyon Memorial Tournament weekend. La Sociedad won't admit it, but man, they learned some hard lessons.
Yeah, they absolutely did that night. And I mean, you got to say their number one quality is persistence. They were persistent in their efforts to try and get on the AAW main events, and they finally earned their way, as you said, but they earned it the hard way there that night, as they did get punished for their actions. But just like these young men may be here against the Boricos tonight, a couple of Puerto Rican pugilists looking to cement their spot here on AAW Alive.
And you know what, Greg? It's about time they earned something, because from the brass knuckles to the cheap shots, a lot of people say La Sociedad are here under false pretenses. They didn't earn it. They don't deserve it. And maybe Shane Boucher will show that. Standing moonsault is able to connect, but Axel Rico not able to get the same ground.
Boucher may have the home field advantage here tonight. We are at Bourbon Street, and he did come out throwing some beads, trying to get the favor of the crowd. They are behind him. Obviously, the crowd and the locker room aligned with the point that you made. I don't think anybody thinks that they belong here, and it's because of the way that they have not earned their spot, like you said. But yeah, I do think from the side of my dark heart, I do have to admire their persistence, as I said. So.
Wait, you admire something about La Sociedad?
Just a little bit. I'm trying to be bipartisan here.
Tyler, I miss you already. Please come home. Tyler, where are you?
I 100% understand the point of the locker room of the fans, and I can't say I don't agree myself, as he already, look at distracting the referee right there.
And so, Rico de la Vega pays dividends on the outside, pulling the leg of the adversary.
You don't have to agree with their tactics, but they're here, they're showing up, and they're winning matches. They may not be doing it the way you or I would want to do it, Joe, but they're getting the job done one way or the other.
Who hurt you, Greg, so badly to support these people?
I come from a loving family, Joe. I like winners.
Well, La Sociedad loves one another. They're their own biggest fans, no doubt about that. And you see the double team. Slingshot. Shades of two Tully Blanchards. Nicely done.
That tag team off the big 2 count there. They obviously are a well-oiled machine. They've been tagging for quite some time. They're getting better every time I see them. I know every time I tune into a live or one of the pay-per-views, they are gelling more and more. So maybe somewhere down the line they don't have to cheat to win. But right now, they're doing what they have to do to get those W's. The W's are what's getting them on the main card, and that's what these events are all about here on AAW Live on YouTube. So, I mean, at the end of the day, they're doing what they come here to do.
And you know, we're in such a pivotal time for tag team wrestling here in AAW because that tag team division, it's always been in a state of flux for much of 2021, but now, present day, you saw it at the Windy City Classic. I mean, we've got makeshift teams forming. We've got long-standing teams that really aren't in contention anymore. We've seen such a turnover. And speaking of turnovers, Logan trying to turn over the advantage as he reaches for a tag to Boucher.
Big clothesline there, definitely could swing the momentum, and I understand what you're saying. So this is an opportunity for a well-oiled tag team, a seasoned tag team. No tag from them right there as they both double team.
The Cajun Kid gets shut down, 22 years of age. But deep in the Louisiana Bayou that connects through with a double clothesline. Nicely done.
Persevering here despite the maybe less than stellar tactics of the two Ricos. Rico squared.
I love the energy on this young man.
Coming in hot, pays for it, but he misses a kick.
Axel Rico.
Oh, a little shot there on the way down. How you doing? Up top for some high risk, Joe.
Taking a chance and buries the elbow.
Big elbow drop could do it, but I love the break up there right away. He saw his partner in trouble, and he came over and got him out of those quick snap jabs there. I love seeing those.
Did Sociedad pay you off at all, by the way?
I'm calling it like I see it. I'm calling right down the middle. It's a fresh set of eyes. I haven't been hurt by them the way you
Wait
guys
till
have.
they bust on one of your segments. You'll find out. Well, check
I'll
this
be
out.
lucky to have segments, Joe.
Could be an upset. Out.
Oh, dumping the young man out of the way.
And in the ring, it's Axel Rico. Takes advantage. Jeez,
that could be it.
Yeah, Falcon Arrow drop Sean Logan. Logan's looking for a follow-up win.
Well, you want criticism. They need to follow up here. There you are. Big tag team maneuver there. Tandem offense. That could do it. 1, 2, 3. There are your winners.
Sociedad wins. How will the tag team division look December 30th? Unstoppable Fight TV pay-per-view.
6 minutes, 14 seconds. Your winners, La Sociedad Boricua.
Ace Perry. Ace Perry. I did it! I became AAW Tag Team Champions. This was my destiny. When I came into AAW in 2014, this is where my road would lead to. 7 years later, gold in AAW for Ace Perry. Me. This is my night.
Hey, this is our night. We won the championships.
Ace Perry's still a champion, baby! Woo!
Well, we're moments away from one-on-one action. The Devil's Little Princess, Heather Reckless, one-on-one with Blair Onyx, who calls herself the Arachnid. And some dark and brooding mentalities here. This is not your bubbly, favorable, positive attitude we see. These are two girls that like to dwell in darkness, Greg.
I tell you what, Joe, most women have been scaring me since junior high, but these two specifically are still frightening to me. You have the Arachnid and the Devil's Little Princess going one-on-one here. Headlock takeover from Blair there. Both like to rely on those dark, brooding personalities, like you said, but they're also both extremely talented in the ring. Blair Onyx, a young up-and-comer. Heather Reckless looking to put a stop to her rise here. And I've been looking forward to this contest since I saw it on the card, Joe.
Blair is very nimble, and she's able to use that body control to get out of so many holds and to also just freak out her opponents.
She likes to play those mind games. I'll tell you somebody that I know that she studies. I was talking to her in the back. Believe it or not, I kept my distance. I was socially distanced, but not for those reasons, because I was terrified of what she might have on her. Coming in hot with a baseball slide there. But she's a student of the game of the great Muda. And you can see that in not only her offense, but her whole presentation.
Yeah, Muda lived on mind games for so long. And this matchup spilling out to the outside. Of course, the women's division continues to be ultra competitive here in AAW, and Heather balancing on top of the guardrail.
Extremely innovative offense there from Heather Reckless, coming off the guardrail with a double axe handle. I tell you what, every match I've seen from Blair Onyx, not often has she had the size advantage. She does have a significant size advantage here, but they call her they don't call her Heather Reckless for nothing. She's going up top, but Blair counters.
Heather's building a solid reputation for herself here in AAW, teamed with Vert Vixen against Sierra and Hyon at our Hell Hath No Fury event a month ago. But it's Blair in control now. You can only Blair made her debut on Alive a month ago. It was Spider versus Witch in that matchup. I was so intimidated I didn't even make it to ringside for that matchup. I don't blame you for your intimidation, Greg.
Yeah, I was so intimidated I stayed back in St. Louis. Blair Onyx coming in a lot with a clothesline there. Looking impressive in this contest here against Heather Reckless, who you said was on a rise there.
What is this? Unique senton.
Little arachnid senton there as she goes for the cover. 1, 2. Reckless with a kick out.
It's like Blair is toying with Reckless the fly being lured into the spider web.
Much like a tarantula stalking her prey. That's what Blair Onyx is doing here tonight.
And if you missed the Windy City Classic, of course, you could see the pinnacle of AAW's women's division as Allison Kay was challenged by Sky Blue. There was a great four-way contenders matchup as well. And if you missed that, the replay as a flatliner there by Blair Onyx. High Spots, AAWOnDemand.com. Be a part of what was the biggest event of the year for AAW. And we're not done yet. You talking about that Muda influence, Greg.
Locking it in.
That is an incredible bridge. And the further that Blair can bridge up, the more torque is placed on Reckless's anatomy.
And she's using, we talked about it, the height advantage, using the size advantage there, but Heather Reckless able to get out. And those are blows of a desperate competitor to me, Joe. She was just letting some blows fly to the back of the head there.
Fervently and rapid fire. I think Reckless could sense that if Blair had kept that bridge a few seconds longer, this match may already be over. She's
had to put some distance between herself and Blair, but then she's got some counter blows going. Goes back behind, looks like a back cracker there. But Heather Reckless is feeling that submission maneuver. Big kick right to the head of Blair Onyx. Now Blair Onyx is suddenly reeling as Heather Reckless has some momentum behind her, Joe.
Heather's got to use her quickness. She's got to accelerate this pace. She's catching Blair off guard, hitting her from all sides, take that vertical base down.
Chops her down, bit of a shining wizard there. Could that do it? 1, 2.
Has her? No.
Big kick out there from Blair Onyx. I love the back and forth here from these two women. You know, we spoke about the huge contest from the Windy City Classic, that huge women titles match. This is where they want to be. They want to be in the mix for that championship. They want to be on Unstoppable come December 30th, and that's what they're trying to do here tonight, is prove that they deserve those kind of opportunities. Heather Reckless, once again, going up top. Didn't work out too well for her last time. How's it going to work out this time?
Well, you know, Greg, it was Sky Blue started out right here on Alive some months ago.
Oh, my God.
Takes a chance, but it did not pay off.
Looks like she maybe didn't quite have all of her footing there. Not only is she getting up disoriented, but that'll disorient the hell out of you right there, Blair Onyx.
Greg, imagine waking up in the middle of the night, you see that at the foot of your bed.
No, thank you. Did she have a piece of Heather's hair?
Maybe a souvenir.
Dear God.
A memento.
Kick in the temple.
And that's straight power. Heather is lifeless. She's limp, but Onyx still gets her over the shoulder.
She wriggles out again. She's got heart. Does Heather Reckless. She's looking to lock in another submission hold here.
Now, those are some long, thick legs to maneuver around. Reckless stacks her up, traps her, and beats her.
Big cover. Cover out of nowhere.
Heather escapes by the skin of her
5 minutes,
teeth.
14 seconds. Your winner, the Devil's Little Princess, Heather Reckless.
Heather didn't just win. She escaped. Congratulations, Heather Reckless.
Backstage here, AAW Windy City Classic. We look forward to December 30th at the Logan Square Auditorium. A veteran of the AAW game, someone who is in the mix in multiple matches tonight, and your former tag team partner won the AAW championship tonight. Davey Vega, your thoughts?
That doesn't matter right now.
Sorry.
What matters is the disrespect shown my way every single show. You got that punk-ass Shaft hitting me from behind. You had that four-way that I was in. Rich Swann, I dare you to try that when it's just me and you. I dare you. And then, not only that, I had to prepare for the four-way after already preparing for an 8-man ladder match. Two completely different things, AAW. What are you doing? Is it because Bravo's not here? Is it because I cause a stir in the back? Is that what's going on here? You know what? I'm tired of being disrespected. I've been here long enough. No more.
I am in shock.
7 minutes, 16 seconds. Your winner and new AAW Women's Champion, Sky Blue.
Well, the walls closed in on Allison Kay. The rivals, the adversaries, the heated feuds continue to build, and finally AK pissed off somebody that just didn't give a damn. And thanks to Sierra and Joey Avalon, Sky Blue has dethroned AK-47. The pursuit is on, but a new champion is crowned. Sky Blue is now the woman to beat. And look who's first in there to congratulate her. Christy James. They have fought together through so much, through the AK-47, through La Sociedad, and now Christy James sees her bestie ascend to the top.
Well, no one you'd rather see than your friend that you've been in the trenches with this whole time to come out and congratulate you, but there won't be congratulations in order.
Hey!
Whoa! Whoa!
Come on!
What the hell was that?
And,
Oh, wait, look up the entranceway.
that's Red Jones. We saw Red Jones talk to Christy James on a live recently, told her you're better than this, you're bigger than this, you're better than everybody else. And Christy James, is she listening to Red Jones now?
Oh my, well, oh my God. Yeah, well, here comes Heather Reckless.
And could this be a sign of things to come? James is the top contender after her victory earlier. Heather just got it.
I'm at a loss for words here. I mean, I expected a couple of friends, like you said, all throughout this year. They've been battling next to one another. And what a night for them. You know, what a story, and for it to end this way.
Here comes Storm Grayson. He's got history with Red Jones. They'll meet in that ladder matchup later tonight. This most unexpected, Sky Blue, her big moment she's worked all year for, tarnished and ruined by Christy James.
Well, that's what you hate to see. I mean, she already kind of she has an asterisk on the match anyway, but she capitalized, she did what she needed to do, she got the win, she wanted to hold that title above her head and take her moment that she earned, and it was stolen from her by someone that she grew to know as a friend throughout this year. I mean,
well, either way, moment tarnished. Congratulations to Sky Blue. She did earn this championship in spite of all the moving parts around her, and I can't wait to see what she'll do at the helm of the women's division.
AAW Windy City Classic. I am backstage here with someone. When we were here a year ago, we could only have a few fans here, but that few fans knew something that I knew, that this day with you and that championship would happen. Sky Blue, the skies have never been bluer.
Okay.
I gotta get the puns in.
We don't have time for puns because you're new AAW Women's Champ. But Christy James had to come in and steal the little moment, didn't you? Yeah. And you had to bring your little boy toy, Ren Jones. Who the hell even is he? Just some pre-show jobber? Like, are you on the main show? I've never seen you on the main show. And Christy, I'm Sky's best friend. I want to tag with Sky. Yeah, a bunch of BS. Nice try being a clout rider. Get in line behind everybody else that's tried to do that. So, December 30th. I heard I'm back in Chicago. And I would assume you're here because you have nothing else to do with your life. Bring your little boy toy. I got a friend named Storm Grayson. And I'm gonna give you some advice that my mom once gave me.
What was that?
I don't know if I should actually say it.
Say it.
No, she can wait till December 30th to hear it.
Well, these two men we're looking at now, the Quad Father and his tag team partner, the man who likes to call himself real name, no gimmicks. We're talking about Mike Outlaw. We're talking about Camaro Jackson. And together, they made a major statement a month ago at Hell Hath No Fury because they aligned with one of the most venerable veterans in AAW and somebody who feels like he's not getting his just due, and that's Stephen Wolf, back from a year removed from neck fusion surgery. And Stephen has aligned himself with two hot prospects from your neck of the woods. They've trained under Davey Richards, Team Ambition. They call themselves GMB, Grown Men Business. And I think, Greg, that the lack of Stephen Wolf at ringside now plays into something he said a month ago, that Stephen was offended at the level of competition they've gotten. And I think Stephen Wolf feels the same way. No disrespect to Chambers or Castle, but I think Stephen Wolf is aiming for the stars.
Well, and I tell you what, I mean, I wouldn't want to run up against any three of those men. Wolf, Quad Father, Outlaw, I don't want to come across any three of them. I'll call it a night if I have to do that, but especially aligned as a unit. I don't know who's going to stop them here on their rise to the next level in AAW. We talk about how AAWALIVE is where the stars are made. The next AAW stars is what you're seeing here. Mark my words, 6 months to a year, these guys are going to be in main events, all three of them.
Brent Castle studied for 3 to 4 years as a professional wrestler, but also has studied amateur wrestling, catch wrestling, jiu-jitsu. He knows many fighting styles, and we'll see if he can go just throwing hands in the center of the ring.
His quickness is already on display there as he was rolling around kind of trying to disorient Mike Outlaw. I think he should have stuck with that as you're sitting here squaring up. I don't know if I would want to square up with Mike Outlaw, one of the toughest guys I've ever met.
Outlaw, an 8-year pro in the game, as a blind tag was made to Camaro Jackson, who takes over seamlessly. Great offense.
Watch this. They don't call him the Quad Father for nothing, Joe. Look at that power. Boom, right into a big suplex.
Greg, you can't have a house without a solid foundation. And the mass, the strength, the power that resides in that man's quadriceps muscles, I think it surpasses anybody of his size or body type I've seen.
Yeah, he's a squatty little man. You know, he's not super tall, but he packs
him, sir?
No, he packs so much power. I mean, I think of like a guy like a Rhino that was not the tallest guy in the game, but he was super strong for his height, and that's what you're dealing with Camaro Jackson. You just saw him lift a grown man there. That was a grown man that he scooped up, and boom, big spine buster there. 1, 2. Oh, I thought that might have been it right there.
And Greg, I know you've been in the trenches in the St. Louis area. From what I've heard from many insiders, the insertion of Outlaw and Jackson here into AAW has been in the eyes of many long overdue. Would you concur with that?
I would, absolutely. Camaro Jackson been on the come up a little bit less amount of time than Mike Outlaw. You mentioned both of them kind of training under Davey Richards now. I would think of that more of like a finishing school. Mike Outlaw really was the original trainer of Camaro Jackson, and he kind of brought him along in the St. Louis scene. So together, Mike Outlaw has been on that grind a little bit longer, but they both are right on the cusp of superstardom, and I think you're going to see it here tonight and going into the months to come here in AAW.
Outlaw bringing that aggression. Chambers, the aggression on his team as well. Something's got to give here as tags made on both sides.
Well, that tag was much needed as Chambers comes in with a big knee. So that's a momentum change that was needed here.
Oh, man, just overhead throw, release style.
Just him, my God.
Outlaw landed high and tight right in the back of his head, and I think Jackson could sense some turmoil and trouble and had to run in and make a save.
And that he did. He gets a big clothesline for his efforts, but...
Well, Greg, imagine what this would mean if Chambers picks up a win and ends Stephen Wolf's long-term plans second time out of the chute.
Oh, yeah, that puts a halt right to these guys' plans, to Stephen Wolf's plan. He would be coming in hot the next time we see him.
as if he's ever been in a good mood lately.
Tandem offense there. I'll tell you, I mean, being on the shelf like that, being injured, that's enough to make you mad anyway. And then you come back, you don't get the fanfare that you feel like you deserve, and he knows that there's these two boys that are knocking on the door as well. So all three are angry and talented, and that's a dangerous combination here.
Camaro is rocking both adversaries from both sides, but Brant Castle with an opportunity to follow up here, get an upset. His debut.
With amazing quickness, but quickness doesn't help you when your head gets driven into the map. But here comes Chambers.
Yeah, the numbers may be too great, but now referees lost complete control of this thing. Chambers looking to end it.
Oh my. And a Mike Outlaw on the way out. Chambers coming in hot on Jackson. Yeah. A look at the strength of Jackson. That's exactly what I was talking. Just chucks Chambers.
Switches directions with a 230-pound man in midair and takes the knee. God, Castle's in trouble.
Oh, here they are. They're squaring him up. This could be it. Big kick to the head. Huge lariat. That's got to be it, Joe. Outlaw with the cover. 1, 2, 3. There's your winner.
To it, and that was grown man business. Stephen Wolf, you found 2 diamonds in the rough for sure.
5 minutes, 5 seconds. Your winners, Camaro Jackson and Mike Outlaw.
Everyone's making New Year's Eve plans, but I think more importantly, Rich Swann, a man who understands how to leave a big night with gold, December 30th, Thursday, December 30th, Logan Square Auditorium. You're the #1 contender for the AAW Heavyweight Championship, which is now on a new waist. Matt Fitchett, Gunslinger, boom, 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 boom.
Gunslinger he is. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
coming up
tonight I watched a classic. Tonight I watched a man who went in there and who is usually a tag team wrestler, a part of the Besties, with Davey Vega, a man that I took on tonight along with 2 others, Brody King and Josh Alexander. I saw Matt Fitchett go in there tonight, and he stood toe-to-toe with one of the best wrestlers in the world, Fred Yehi, 5 times. But he came out on top. He came out brand new heavyweight champion for AAW. But let me tell you something. Just like all my life, I fought 3 other men. And even with the monkey wrench, because it was supposed to be Alex Zane, but his boy Davey Vega, he jumped in and he was ready. He was ready. But I'm always ready for the unexpected. And tonight, I became #1 contender. And more importantly, when the Besties, they looked like they were having a little bit of a disagreement, I shut that down and I let Matt Fitchett know what he needs to worry about. Don't worry about your friendship right now. Worry about December 30th, Thursday. Because all night long is coming to do what he does best, and that's win championships.
All night long.
All night long.
Backstage here at AAW, the Windy City Classic. I'm Kev Kellum. More importantly, Christy James, Ren Jones.
Swag champ himself, that's you. Say that to me.
Where
Respect.
did this come together? Where did you 2 connect?
You know, it clicked to me when Ren approached me last show that we had, Hell Have No Fury.
None at all.
I keep losing
Hey,
because the sky blue.
you're not a loser.
I am not a loser.
You just come up short. Go ahead.
I only come up short when Blue's around. And I won today.
Yes,
she
you did.
wasn't in my match.
Uh-huh.
I didn't win like she won with somebody else interfering. I straight out
Cheater.
won 100%. Because I'm a winner.
And you know why? And you know you are a winner. And I went to this Balenciaga store, Balenci, and I got me some boots, of course. You know.
You gotta take care of you.
Then I got something for you, girl. Something that you deserve. Something that is fit for the Brazilian Lasteia. Now we swagging. Hold on. Let me get me together so we can get together.
Nice.
You feeling me? Because me and you.
We.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, baby. Are not the same.
Are not the same. Now, Sky Blue, you call me a jobber? You call me a pre-show jobber? I've been on this main roster.
Calm down.
Okay.
You save all that aggression and excitement.
You right.
Save
December 30th. There's something about some dude with a storm, right? And then there's something about some blue, some girl.
But there's no blue skies when storms are around.
That makes so much goddamn sense. See, that's why we here. December 30th, we coming out and we gonna tap that grass.
Yeah.
That
Just like
grass.
that. I'm allergic to grass. I may put a
No,
blanket
not
down
grass,
first
but
and then-
but I didn't want to swear.
Oh.
The swag champ and the Brazilian Lasteia, we are out because we have a flight to catch.
Oh.
Boom. Excuse me, sir.
Private jet.
Excuse me, sir. You look bothered. You look bothered. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
He spends a lot of money on airfare.
Our feature matchup on this broadcast of AAW Live. Savage Gentleman from Babington Estates, one half of Pretty Proper, Lady Frost, his partner in crime, in wrestling, in life, was part of the Windy City Classic and that stellar four-way contenders matchup. And again, if you missed that, you can check it out, AAWOnDemand.com, or through High Spots as well. I want to shout out High Spots. I want to shout out Savage Gentleman as he goes one-on-one with Joey Avalon for being christened by the Candy Bar himself as the World Butterfinger Wrestling Champion. Greg, I think that's why I've been a little under the weather. I got some peanut allergies. Don't worry, it's going to be okay, but I'm going to soldier through. Savage Gentleman nearby, he's quite an ambassador of peanut butter as a whole, and Butterfinger's taking notice to him on Twitter.
I just have so many questions about that. First of all, it looks like this man hasn't eaten a Butterfinger in his entire life. He is jacked out of his mind. If I even look at a Butterfinger, I'm going to look a lot more like Joey Jet Avalon, I'll tell you that much. And beyond that, am I to believe that a sentient Butterfinger dubbed him the world champion of Butterfingers?
Who runs the Butterfinger Twitter? Is it just a Butterfinger candy bar?
I assume that
is it
a
Mr.
sentient
Butterfinger?
Butterfinger that is running that Twitter account.
Is
and
his
has
name
dubbed
like
him the champion.
Buttered Q Finger? Is that his name?
It's Mr. Finger. That's all I can assume.
Well, I assume that Joey Avalon is amused by none of this and could not give a damn less. The man walks to the ring with a shovel. If that doesn't take his intentions and expectations, I couldn't sum it up any better.
And he was hurling that thing around above his head. I was ready to duck and cover as he was swinging that thing around. I don't want to be on the receiving end of that or of any of the offense of Joey Jet Avalon for that matter.
And we're really looking at the two contrasting lifestyles, personalities. Savage Gentleman's very proper. And he's also MMA trained, by the way. He's a striker. He could choke you out. He could beat you so many ways. Joey Avalon's uncouth. He doesn't care. He's unfriendly. I don't think he bathes. He just doesn't give a damn. But Benjamin is always dressed to the nines and acting proper.
A definite clash of styles, both in the ring and in life, as you mentioned. And
imagine these two out to dinner together.
I absolutely cannot. I can barely imagine them here in the center of this ring, let alone conversating outside of it. But
I can't wait to imagine what's going to happen December 30th, AAW Unstoppable. It's our return to pay-per-view on Fight TV. And coming off of the Windy City Classic, it almost feels like a breath of fresh air. It almost feels like a new era. We're going to see if our new champions here in AAW can rise to the occasion. We're going to see if they can face some top contenders who've been very, very hungry for quite some time. No pun with the Butterfinger thing and being hungry. Don't get excited. But I can't wait to see who's going to cap off 2021 with momentum. Who's going to head into the new year with everything? Because we've gone through the biggest event of the year, the Windy City Classic. But it's not just going to the top, Greg. It's staying there. That's the question next.
Absolutely. Well, and It's not about just getting to the top and staying there, and it's also, the Windy City Classic is our big event. It's our premier event, but they're all big, Joe. Every single one, to these competitors, to these fans, every single one of those events is the next best one. And so Unstoppable on the 30th, like you said, you have a lot of new talent. You have a lot of new faces. It is a bit of a dawning of a new era as we head into 2022. And if you see here tonight, if you like what you're seeing right now, if it's your first exposure to AAW, go order that pay-per-view, go to order Windy City Classic and be ready and primed for 12:30 for Unstoppable. Big kick there right to the face of the Savage Gentleman, downs him.
Unstoppable's going to be an incredible way to start your New Year's celebrations before you go out and party and drink responsibly, celebrate safely. But your last night in, celebrate it with AAW live action, because that's going to be a hell of a party one way or another.
Well, there's no better way to celebrate with a little good old-fashioned professional wrestling. This is the best around. AAW, the premier professional wrestling organization. You're going to order that one on Fight, have some buddies over, have a few brewskis, and watch the fights. And they're going to have a huge, huge lineup. We'll get to that as we continue the weeks to come.
Greg, I didn't know you had buddies.
I do, yeah. Actually, some people do like me, Joe. I know it's shocking as it may be.
I thought I was the only one.
I don't think you like me. We have a lot of breaking news here.
Nobody likes Joey Avalon.
No, yeah, I think that's something we can all agree upon.
You've noticed the more gritty and dirty this match has gotten, the more it favors Avalon. When it was more of a stand-up contest, the striking game of Savage Gentleman was shining through, but Avalon shut that down.
Well, and I think it was a polished striking contest then, and now it's a fight.
Yeah.
And that's where it's always going to prove in the favor of someone like Joey Jet Avalon here as he locks in just a classic professional wrestling hold. Savage Gentleman squeaked out of it right into a huge clothesline, knocked him right down.
There's a lateral press for two. Avalon's been searching for that one big win here in AAW. You've seen him a number of times before, and he's always trouble for whoever he's in there with. But much like so many men, we've seen Savage Gentleman before also in action. I believe he went one-on-one with Ace Perry, if I'm correct, if my memory serves me.
I believe you are.
It was a hell of a matchup. Gentlemen just came up short. Both these men are looking to break out here. Maybe this could be the catalyst to a big 2022 for one of these men.
When you classify both of them as a hard out, but that's almost a backhanded compliment. They don't want to be a hard out. They don't want to be the best guy on the live. They want to be on the main cards. They want to prove that they belong in the main events. That's what everyone is here for.
Yeah.
And a flurry of offense there from Joey Jet Avalon, but he can't go for the big head blow. He can't get the game winner. Whoa! Huge display of power there from the Savage Gentleman, as now he goes right for a big European uppercut. That might do it.
And into the cover, 2 count. That was maybe the most aggressive mat return I've ever seen in my life from the Savage Gentleman. He didn't just drop Joey Avalon to the canvas. He planted Joey Avalon.
Well, that was a flurry of offense seemingly out of nowhere. It's like these guys were feeling each other out, and then the Savage Gentleman just kicked it into a whole nother gear. And how is Joey Avalon going to respond?
Oh, Avalon on an incredible pain threshold. That elevated flatliner puts Gentleman down. Look at the leg. He's sure of himself, but Savage Gentleman has incredible staying power. There's no doubt about it. Undefeated, by the way, as an amateur MMA fighter. So he knows what it's like to win. And of course, wrestling is unlike any other combat sport or profession anywhere. And there's always a learning curve. But Gentleman's done well all over this country.
Well, sometimes that's the hardest when you're used to winning. When you've been a winner your entire life and you come up into a new bracket, you go to a new level and you take that first loss, how they respond is what the true test of someone's grit and personality is. And we're seeing here tonight that win, lose, or draw, Savage Gentleman is responding accordingly.
Gentleman responded well to that package pile driver attempt. Woo! A huge amount of offense here, and blades him down.
That's it.
That's the gentleman's agreement, a.k.a. the peanut butter power slam, but I don't call it that. But Savage Gentleman
7
is
minutes,
the victor.
2 seconds, your winner, the Savage Gentleman, Victor Benjamin.
Fans, we're going to cap off the year on December 30th. Join us on Fight TV, pay-per-view. For Greg Jovi, I'm Joe Dabrowski. Thanks for joining us on AAW Alive. Happy New Year, everybody.
All right, Damien Chambers, you're back in AAW. You're going to be on Live tonight. Last time we spoke, you mentioned you wanted to be a regular here at AAW. We're going into 2022. What is the game plan?
Well, the last time I was here at AAW, I told you and all of the AAW fans that the world only makes sense if you force it to.
Ace, huh? Ace, this your boy? Is this your boy? I got your girl, and now I got your fucking kid. Just cause you won doesn't mean it's over. I'm gonna ruin your fucking life.
A new destructive presence here at AAW on Alive. Let us know what you think in the comments below of Grown Men Business, Outlaw, and Jackson. Gentlemen, you are victorious tonight. Mr. Stephen Wolf has brought you here. He promised a lot of changes with you, and obviously you're showing that the landscape is just something you grab underneath your hands and throw up in the air.
That's right, that's right. A change is gonna come, like my boy Sam Cooke said. You got the team of Outlaw, Camaro Jackson, the quad father and the general of the Bandana Brigade. Now, our boy Wolf, he's handling some grown man business of himself, but tonight, we handled it. We got shit done in the ring.
Tonight, we showed that it doesn't matter if it's the tandem of Mike Outlaw and Camaro Jackson or the three-man team added Stephen Wolf. You can mix and match it however you want. And at the end of the day, business will be handled. Grown man business.
Chef, you just won the ladder match, and you're the #1 contender for the AAW Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, no shit. I do exactly what I say I'm going to do every time I'm here. And as a matter of fact, you know what? Convenient, I've got this in my vest, isn't it? I'm going to sign this motherfucker right here, right now. AAW, Fred, and that fits you. I said it out there. I looked the camera straight down the face, and I said that I'm coming for you, and I don't give a shit who wins. I don't give a shit who wins. Hell, I don't care who wins that fatal four-way. It could be Brody fucking King. It could be Rich Swann, Josh Alexander. Hell, what the hell's Fitchett's boyfriend's name? I don't know, and I don't give a damn. I'm going to whoop all their asses, and I'm going to do everything I say I'm going to do because I am the most honest man in professional wrestling, and I am the baddest motherfucker in professional wrestling, and it says it right goddamn there.
I'm the fucking gunslinger, so I know I got targets on my fucking back. I've had targets on my back my entire life. You think this changes anything? You think this changes the way I act, the way I think, the way I move? Fuck no. Fuck everybody. And December 30th, Rich Swann, you're the first person to go down from the Gunslinger as the new AAW champion.